To play Omen like a professional on Lotus, you need to think beyond placing smokes and start thinking like a map controller and tempo setter. 1. Your real job: control space, not just smoke. A controller's role is to shape how the round is played. Smokes are not just utility, they're tools to deny vision, force enemies into uncomfortable positions, create safe pathways for your team. A beginner places smokes when asked. A strong player places smokes before the fight even starts, anticipating what the team needs. Alright, let us break down KRÜ Esports' strategy for attacking the C site. After the A main area was secured by Viper's ultimate, they rotated back through B and advanced directly towards C and...
This is a hard round to solve because you have Viper and Vice still with their utility.
Do you know why Omen placed a smoke at C main, obscuring his team's vision? It was because, at that moment, their priority was not to gather information inside the site, but rather to deny the defenders within the site any information about what was happening outside. They grouped together, timed their push precisely as the smoke deployed, and executed their coordinated assault onto the C site. Pay close attention here, NRG's defensive setup was also quite standard. As Neon initiated the attack, Fade used C's to root NRG's Neon in place. Omen then teleported into the site, prompting NRG to activate Razorbeam in an attempt to delay him. Thanks to the critical time gained by Fade, who immediately followed up with another crowd control ability once the initial effect expired, they were able to eliminate the opposing Neon and promptly deploy their ultimate, sweeping through and fully securing control of the C site.
Enters in, only to fall. 7 seconds left, MW. In some trouble, still plants the spike. Scoop on the stinger, dancing around. In the clutch now. He's been spotted and shut out. That's 3 in a row for KRÜ.
Darrow has to give credit to Dante here. This was pandemonium with the stuns back and forth, but he sidesteps as that stun comes in, slides back through, and that offsets Mana a little bit, gets in his ultimate, and then he breaks through the chaos.
And in the midst of all of that too, has that very quick...
On Lotus, a 3-site map, this matters even more because rotations are fast. Defenders rely heavily on information. Small mistakes equals instant collapse. 2. Smart smoke placement. This is what pros do. Instead of random smokes, think in purpose. Block strong angles, like long sightlines into sights, cut sights in half to isolate defenders. Delay pushes when defending. Example mindset. Where is the enemy most likely holding? If I remove this angle, does my duelist win easier? Good Omen players don't just smoke, they make fights unfair for the enemy. 3. Timing greater than placement. Even perfect smokes can fail if the timing is off. You need to smoke right before your team executes, not too early. Refresh smokes during mid-round if needed. Stall enemies with late smokes on defense. Think of smokes like a timer for your team's play. 4. Use Shrouded Step like a playmaker. Shrouded Step is what separates average versus pro Omen players. Use it to take unexpected off angles, escape after getting a kill, fake presence, teleport sound equals pressure. It's not just movement, it's mind games. 5. Don't waste your ultimate. Now, let us examine an even clearer example. After pressuring the C site, KRÜ successfully eliminated one defender. They then rotated back toward the A site. It is important to remember, when executing a fake, always leave a player behind to gather information. Here we see KRÜ's clean execution onto A to gather information at a rubble. Haunt is used in combination with From the Shadows. 2 defenders are detected in the area, cleared. Viper's toxic screen is deployed, and the entire team advances onto Site A without taking damage. Observe Omen's positioning. Rotating from C lobby towards Site A, he recognizes that Neon has already secured the Ascender area, and immediately places a one-way smoke at a top to support his teammates.
And also maintaining ultimates is big, right? The only thing they had to use to win this round was that Omen TP. I want to see back how they got that opening pick onto Mana. I'm not sure if it was just a read and spam or they maybe caught some glimpse to lead to them going for that spam play. A lot of teams when they just walk into Malin, they're just going to go ahead and spam that box in case someone could be behind there. It could be as simple as that. I think it is, yeah. Yeah. Because you have the person all the way in the back line that's doing the spam as the rest of the team walks in. Catch them swinging out. This is the play where it's all those things to look at and break into. Still, the Haunt is going to catch those 2 players because they were looking at the Omen first.
Hearing all of that may sound somewhat long-winded, doesn't it? So, let us observe how Saadhak from KRÜ Esports utilized Omen on the Lotus to earn the MVP title. Before we dive into the gameplay, here is a brief moment to relax before your rank climb.
Look who I found in the arena. It is Kendall and Savannah of Girl Set. I am so excited. Y'all give it up for Girl Set because when I found out y'all were coming here, the playlist changed, right? Only your songs.
Aren't those girls adorable? Alright, let us examine how a professional player executes an attack on the B site. Their approach is highly methodical. They do not rush blindly onto the site, but instead apply pressure in a coordinated rhythm. Following an excellent play by Mada, KRÜ lost their Viper at a main. After applying pressure at the C site, they opted for a slow rotation back toward A, reasoning that, with Viper eliminated, the defenders would likely likely expect the attackers at C to commit to that site. They initiated the play with Haunt to gather information around a rubble, while simultaneously, Neon executed a rapid push onto the A site. Notably, they assigned Vice to advance slowly through the B site. His primary objective was likely to catch any defenders rotating from C, however. He secured 2 crucial eliminations, shifting the situation from a 5v4 disadvantage into a 4v3 advantage. They then executed a fake by opening the rotating door, and immediately redirected their attack toward the B site through a link. This forced the defenders at A to reposition for information, where they were subsequently picked off. At this moment, Neon acted slightly too hastily, Omen's smoke had not yet deployed, and Mata capitalized effectively to secure the elimination. What follows is an excellent example of trading between the two Omen players. Nice try. From the shadows is extremely flexible. Strong uses. Gather information safely. Fake rotations. Force enemies to move. Lurk behind enemies at the right timing. Weak players save it too long. Good players use it often and with purpose. 6. Lotus specific mindset. On Lotus, always think about rotations and doors. Control mid, tree, link areas with smokes. Help your team split sites instead of full rushing. You're not just helping entry, you're controlling how fast and from where your team attacks.